Chapter 5, Mishnah 6. The Mishnah discusses the law of an oven that was partially filled with dirt. If someone filled an earthenware oven with dirt up to its midpoint, the law is as follows. The part of the oven from where the dirt begins down to the bottom of the oven, i.e. the dirt-filled half of the oven, becomes tameh only through a source of tumah that touches the inside of the top of the oven, i.e. the empty half of the oven. If a source of tumah touches the inside of the top half of the oven, the entire oven, including the dirt-filled part, becomes tameh. But if the source of tumah merely enters the airspace of the top half of the oven without touching it, the bottom half, the dirt-filled part, becomes tahor. This is a rabbinic law. But the part of the oven from the dirt up becomes tameh even through tumah entering its airspace without touching it. Thus, if tumah enters the top half of the oven without touching it, the top half is tameh, while the bottom half is tahor. We have learned several times in this chapter, Mishnahs 1 and 4, that a new oven must be heated to a certain temperature before it is fit to become tameh. An oven is normally heated while it is attached to the ground. The Mishnah discusses whether heating it is effective in a case where it is not attached to the ground but is placed over a pit in the ground. If someone placed a new oven over the opening of a pit or cistern, and he placed a stone there between the oven and the side of the pit or cistern to hold the oven in place, the law is as follows. Rabbi Yehuda says if someone lights a fire below at the bottom of the pit or cistern and the oven above it is thereby heated to the required temperature, the oven is fit to become tameh. Since the fire at the bottom of the pit can heat the oven, we consider the oven to be attached to the pit and thus attached to the ground. The oven therefore becomes fit to become tameh through this heating. However, if the fire at the bottom of the pit cannot heat the oven to the required temperature, and the only way to use the oven is to place the fire on a platform of some kind under the bottom of the oven, then the oven is not considered attached to the pit or the ground. Heating an oven that is not attached to the ground does not make it fit to become tameh. The sages disagree, but the sages say, since the oven was heated in any event, it is fit to become tameh even though it was not connected to the ground when it was heated.